What's your gratitude story? See, in this builder, we're going to put together a gratitude story. A few months ago, when the pandemic, the coronavirus started, had just started a semester, and I was totally devastated when I heard that we had to go online. See, I'm a face-to-face public speaking teacher. I've done that for 30 years, almost. And for 5 years, I worked for Fred Pryor and Career Track as a professional speaker and seminar leader. So this face-to-face thing is very important to me. In fact, I've done all this research to help students be more interactive in a face-to-face classroom environment. So when this pandemic thing hit, I was not happy at all. Then I got to thinking about it. Wait a minute. I've done all this research to make my classes interactive. Maybe I can use that online. And sure enough, I started using it, and I realized that just changing my attitude from complaining to being grateful for this opportunity to try something new was totally energizing. So be grateful. Feel energized. And so today we're going to talk about building that gratitude story. First, we're going to look at what is a gratitude story, then look at some different plots, and you get to put your gratitude story together, and we'll finish it up. You can submit it. So let's start looking at those gratitude story and what it is. So first, put in your email, and that's in strict confidentiality. I just need to send your gratitude content that you put in here to you. But others will see your name, so use your alias if you don't want somebody to see your name. Okay? So we're on the gratitude appreciation step of the story builders. Now you can mix and match these. So choose the ones 2, 3, 4 that are best for you, and just use those. They're all pretty much the same, just the story's a little bit different. All right, so we've got gratitude. And this should be a story where you learn to have gratitude. Okay? And it's most impactful if you were the one who learned it. And I'll say this in all of these. As human beings, we don't trust someone who's perfect. People who have struggled are much more authentic. And if somebody hasn't struggled, we almost immediately consider that person is inauthentic, because struggle and learn and change are what makes stories good. So that's why you want to talk about something that you've gone through, something you've learned. So in gratitude, just similar to your origin story, you want to have some simple plots. And we have these 7 basic plots from Christian Booker's book, The 7 Basic Plots. And then they're overcoming the monster, rags to riches, the quest, voyage. I'm going through these quickly because it's best if you probably have your story, but if you don't, these may trigger some ideas for you. And I say this with all of these stories, for something like comedy, be careful. You want to make your speech funny, get people to laugh, but telling a funny story like a comedy or a joke is very difficult, so just be careful with that. Then we have the tragedy and rebirth. Also, in stories, though, you want to have the rule of 3. Okay? And the rule of 3, like 3 Goldilocks and 3 bears, Little Red Riding Hood, right? And the big bad wolf, and the 3 little pigs. So these 3 make it fairly a very more engaging story. And here's some other ideas that we use in my class to help you guys to develop your speeches. And look through these if you need extra ideas, but only if you need extra ideas. So time for that gratitude story. Which of the plots did you choose? Go ahead and click one. And then you want to start your story with where and when. Okay? Like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars, right? And when did it start? Where were you when your story started? Because one day, I was in the office, I was not grateful, and then I experienced the pain, the consequences, and What was I willing to do to change? Okay, and then there's your 1, 2, 3 again. Okay, pain, consequences, and change. Then moving on, I want to end your gratitude story with what did you learn? How have you changed? And in the end, you want to encourage the audience to do the same thing. Okay, so you want an action. What do you want them to do? Be grateful. Okay, it's energetic. You'll be energized. And then this last one is what was most valuable about the builder. Okay, and thanks for doing that. And here's how you can use your content once you're finished. And then submit. So let me finish this session with a quick summary. We talked about your gratitude story, and we talked about what is a gratitude story, some different types of plots, and putting together your gratitude story. So this is important because it's going to make a good part of your signature speech. So be grateful. It's energizing.